Okay, hello, beautiful souls, and welcome. Sorry, on the wrong page. Welcome to an experience of love. And I hope that today goes some way in you falling more deeply in love with yourself. Um, my name is Amy, and I am one of the practitioners on Odyssey, the platform, a beautiful platform that really focuses in on our human experience and our soul journey with some glorious facilitators on there. So if you haven't had a look as yet, definitely take a look at everything that's going on there. There's lots of different events and podcasts and things that we're kind of putting on there now. This workshop, once I'm done, will be uploaded onto the site as well, so you've got all these resources that you can go back to, so definitely take a look. I first and foremost am on this glorious human experience as Amy, and on this magnificent expansive soul journey that I'm on, which is utterly incredible to have opened up to. I'm a transformative psycho-spiritual therapist, a self-love soul journey intuitive coach, and a domestic abuse specialist therapist as well. And I guess bigger than that, the reason why I really wanted to do these mini experiences or workshops is because I've been on this human journey for 47 years. And most of what I've learned in terms of healing and loving myself and being in relationships, I've learned through my own journey, which has been 19 years in the making of a healing journey, through my own degree and other trainings, but mostly on the fact that I have dedicated myself to me. And I have made myself my biggest experiment in a way, because why not? I'm here, and I feel like we all have the opportunity to kind of get the best from this human experience that we're living. So that is me in a nutshell. And before I start anything, before I start work with my clients, before I do programs, workshops, whatever it is, for me, it's really important as you step into this adventure, this journey, this experience for yourself, please get on purpose. Don't let anything in your life be an accident, because life is not an accident. Everything is on purpose. So get on purpose about your life. Get intentional about everything you are doing. So if you are watching this live, if you are watching it afterwards and it's the recording, I am asking you to get on purpose and to set an intention for yourself for while you are here today. What would you like to get from this session? What would you like to walk away with? Are you going to show up for yourself? Are you going to be present, engage, participate, open your heart and mind, take away at least one thing that you can use? What is it that you would love to do for yourself as a result of being in this space today? I think it's really important, especially on that journey towards ourselves, that we get on purpose about it, because like I said, none of this is an accident at all. And make a commitment to yourself as we step into this process together. Make a commitment to you first and foremost. And I ask that because most people don't ever really make a commitment to themselves. Whenever I ask this question to people, are you committed to yourself? Have you made a commitment to yourself? Most of the time, the answer is no. But we make so many commitments to other people, places, things, situations, circumstances, but we never really do that for us. Like in any other relationship, we are there making a commitment to people. We're going to show up, we're going to be there, we're going to be loyal, whatever it might be. So make a commitment to yourself and the time that you are here. And for me, part of this is showing up as if you know nothing, allowing yourself to come into this space and really opening yourself up to what can I possibly gain from being in this space today? And knowing that not everything fits in the same box at all. And if possible, take away the boxes, because the boxes make us fit into these little spaces in life. And for me, this is truly the time where we get the opportunity to come out of all of those boxes and really expand our life. And if we set expectations, that's what we're searching for. So that's pretty much what we're going to find. It's almost like the law of attraction. What you choose to think about, what you choose to see, those are the things that are going to come back at you. So allow yourself for this 45 minutes or so to just let go of the expectations, let go of, the things that you think you might see, and allow yourself to see something completely different and experience something completely different. Okay. Because this is what this space will allow you to do if you allow yourself to let go and surrender to this space and the process that you are on. And for me, those are big steps when we're talking about falling in love with yourself. So take the time to set this attention and commit to yourself, whatever it may be for you in this moment. It can be anything you want. Set your intention. What would you love to have happen for you as a result of this journey, whatever that may be for you? You can stop if you're watching this after and come back, just write it down somewhere and then come back to it afterwards. So I would like to take a moment, and I do this again before all programs or workshops or events, just a moment for you to get present and get into the space with me, and so that we can join our energy and you can open yours up. So I'm just going to invite you to just, oh my goodness, did I press record? It is recording. Sorry. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Just a nudge there I had then. Anyway, so we're going to close our eyes for a moment and just go inwards. And you don't need to do anything special. Just connect to your breath. Just connect to the breath as it flows in and out of your body. And just allow yourself this moment to be with yourself. Get present and just feel into your body, your heart, and your soul. Just feel your breath as it goes into your body and through. And then just allow yourself to feel the exhale as well as it leaves your body. Just take that moment to get present, to get grounded, to be with yourself. Just take a moment to check in with yourself. How is your body feeling right now? How is your heart? Where are you at? What thoughts are you holding on to that you can just allow yourself to let go of for now? You can pick them up after if you wish to. Just really breathe and allow the expansion of your breath. What does it feel like to take this moment to ground and connect to yourself? What does it feel like to be in your body right now? To be with yourself? Just take a moment to focus in on your heartbeat. Just visualize yourself opening your heart like it's a beautiful pink rose that's just unfurling and opening up its petals gently. As you open your heart to allow in love, to receive, to accept, and to share the love that you are and the love that comes to you. Open your heart to allowing in a different experience. Okay, if you just bring your attention back to your breath, Just be with yourself for a moment. And if you haven't already, this is a moment for you to acknowledge yourself and wherever it is that you may be right now within yourself, and a moment for you to embrace yourself, hold yourself in that love as we move forward. When you're ready, you can just open your eyes and come back to the space, and I will carry on. Okay. Right, so I'm going to ask you to take a moment to really think about somebody that you love. And it might be easier for you to do if you close your eyes. So I invite you to close your eyes to get comfortable, whatever works for you. But I invite you to really think of someone that you love truly, deeply, wholeheartedly, and just bring their image to mind. Just imagine that they were right in front of you. So what do you really feel when you see or visualize this person, or when you think about them? What feelings come up for you? And how do you know that you love this person? How do you show them that love? How do you treat them? And how do you show up for that person? Just give yourself a moment to really bring yourself into that feeling of love. Imagine yourself with that person. Imagine what you're like. Imagine what you say, how you are, what your body language is like. And hold that for a moment. And now I want you to ask yourself honestly, do you love yourself in the same way? Do you feel the same way when you think about yourself? If you close your eyes and you think about yourself, do you feel that? Do you have those same feelings? Because most of the time when I ask this question, the answer is honestly, no, that's not what happens at all. And this is because most people are not giving themselves these things that I have put here. And I guess the biggest thing for me, the biggest thing I've learned on my own journey is that I was never taught, it was never important for me to love myself. It was never taught to me how to have a relationship with myself. If anything, through my culture, through the religion that I was when I was younger, through my family, I was taught to be selfless. I was taught to put other people first. I was taught that I should give parts of myself away. I was taught that it's selfish to think about me before I think about anybody else. These were the values as such that I was taught when I was younger. And this is my experience of how I was treated. Therefore, that's what became my story. And that's what I fully thought that I deserved. And it was fully what I believed that I was worth, because I didn't get any acknowledgement. I was acknowledged when I gave parts of myself away. I was acknowledged when I did things that I didn't really want to do. I was acknowledged when I was there for other people. But I was never acknowledged for just being me. The words, I love you for everything that you are, those words were never said to me. In fact, I rarely heard the words, I love you, when I was younger, and that had a massive impact in and of itself. So I urge you to really think about how love showed up in your life, especially when you were younger, because that is our foundation for it. Our understanding, my understanding of love was that it hurt because I went through many experiences that were abusive, that were a violation. My life was pretty much controlled when I was younger. So for me, it was like, if I comply, then I'm loved. And as children in particular, all we want to know is that we're lovable and that we're loved. And even if that comes through channels that are hurting us or that aren't great for us, we still just want that acknowledgement of love. So then as we grow, we allow other people to treat us in that same way because that's what we think we need to do to be loved. And ultimately, the worst thing for me on that journey was that's how I started to love myself. Because that's what we do, right? We love in the way that we have been loved. So then there has to be some sort of decision. There has to be a point, and mostly that point comes when people are questioning their story about their life and about themselves. There's a moment where they might go, oh my God, I need to do something different now because I can't do this anymore. And I know for me, every time I've hit that point, it's been critical. It's been a point where there's been a lot of darkness for me. And it really is about you having your back, because love is the capacity to take care, to protect, to nourish. And if you are not capable of generating that kind of energy towards yourself, if you're not capable of taking care of yourself, of nourishing yourself, of protecting yourself, it becomes very, very difficult to take care of anybody else. So this was one of the things I struggled with most, because all my life I thought I was a really loving person. Okay. And everything I did was about love. However, on this journey, the number one thing that I would give you is that self love is radical self responsibility. And I feel truly blessed that I now love every part of who I have been, and every part of who I am, and every part of who I will be. But it's a journey. It's a relationship, just like every other relationship. It didn't just happen because I didn't know myself. Up to a certain point in my life, I had no idea how to really human. I had no idea how to have a relationship with myself, let alone with other people. I literally just became parts of what other people expected me to be. So I had no idea who I was. So how can I love something that I've got no idea what this person really is, and they're not really being authentic in any way, shape, or form? And I wasn't enjoying my life. I wasn't happy. I just had this mask on. So it was very, very difficult to even know myself and know who I was, let alone love myself. But this is what this process is. This process is one of getting to know yourself. It's about reconnecting to yourself. And it's about having some love and compassion and understanding and care for yourself as you go through that process. Because frankly and very, very honestly, I struggled with this process, especially at the beginning, because it's difficult to take yourself on a journey when you don't like yourself. And at the very start of my healing journey, I did it for my children because I couldn't do it for me at that point. So I did it for them. And now I know, with the spiritual journey that I have had as well, that that was how it was supposed to play out for me up until a certain point. But it really is, you're going to have to like yourself enough to take those first few steps. And I am not one of those people that is going to tell you that, oh, you just have to say I love myself and you love yourself, because I've been there and I know how that felt, and I know how much I struggled with that. Like, I hated on people when they were like, no, you just tell yourself that you love yourself. But I know that's not how it works. It is a journey, and it's about getting to know yourself as you are right now. That's all you really have to do, is get to understand where you're at. But at the same time, like when I do the work that I do, I am kick-ass about it, because it is self-responsibility. Everything in your life rests on you. Any transformation that you wish to see, it rests on you. Nobody else can take those steps for you. So you're going to have to like yourself enough to start taking those steps for yourself. And the questions that I am asked most, and the almost my why of wanting to do this work and doing programs around it and sessions around all of this, is how do I love myself? Because the how is the thing that people find difficult. And I know that on socials and, you know, on the internet and stuff, lots of people just go, just tell yourself you love yourself. But having tried that and being very frustrated with it, I can only be honest with you and say that it is a committed relationship to yourself that's going to create transformation, because you are the only one, you are the magic. And the other thing is, there is no one shot wonder. There isn't, I'm going to take myself on a shopping trip and I'm going to love myself, or I'm going to go on this spa day and I'm going to love myself, or I'm going to read this one book and I'm going to just magically fall in love with me. No. This is like any other relationship. So if you have children, if you have pets, if you have your close family, if you've got your partner, whatever it is, it's like you have committed to that relationship. Otherwise, you know that relationship isn't going to work. And that is exactly what our journey, the healing journey, the self-love journey, the self-discovery, self-transformation, whatever you want to call it, the spiritual journey, whatever you wish to call it, that's what it's going to take. It's a lifelong journey. It takes a commitment and dedication to yourself. And it needs you to want it. Because if you don't want the change and you're doing it for somebody else or something else, I know that I've not stuck to it at those times. You've got to want that change for you. You've got to want to commit to yourself for the rest of your journey, because that's ultimately what this human experience is about. It's about coming back home to yourself and realizing that you are on a much bigger journey than you ever thought. But at the same time, you are the creator of that journey. And if you are awakening, have been going through awakenings, are on a healing journey, then this is not an accident. You know that you need to create something different in your life. And life is not a discovery, it is a creation. Like the divine, the universe, God, source, spirit, whatever you wish to call it, that is about creation. That is the energy of love. And that is what you are. So allow that to sink in. And even if you don't believe it at first, hold it and allow it to sink in on a daily basis. And do not give up just because one thing doesn't work over here. Find the way that works for you. This is your journey. You are the guru of this journey. Believe me, you know you better than anybody can ever know you. I know that for me, the people that I walk alongside, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm walking alongside. I am being a guide. I am shining the light when you can't see your own, but all of it is to essentially guide you back to your light and the love that you are, so that you can come back home to yourself. And why do I need to love myself? That's another big thing. Why do I need to love myself? And I can understand that when we've lived a long time in our life and it's been like, well, I haven't loved myself and I've done all of this stuff, then why do I need to love myself? But again, it points to the other people we love in our lives, right? We show up for them, we do the best that we can for them, we be the best version of ourselves for them. So how are you going to create anything for yourself if you don't love yourself or like yourself? Why would you push yourself? Why would you want the best for yourself? Why would you put yourself out there? To create what you truly want to create, to be the fullness of what life has to offer you. Loving yourself is a part of that. And on the spiritual journey, on the soul journey, the premise of that journey is that you are coming back home to yourself and realizing that love is always what you have been. So I guess go within and ask yourself, why am I asking myself that question? Why do I need to love myself? And also, side note, life is a lot easier for me now that I love myself and I live first and foremost for me, because now I don't spend so much of my time going, oh my God, I need to please this person, and is this person happy, and what are they going to say, and what are they going to do, and are they going to leave me, and are they going to judge me? It doesn't matter anymore, because the central theme, the central thing is, am I honoring myself? Am I loving myself by doing what I'm about to do? Am I doing the best for me? Because truly, this journey is self centered. It is about you, it is not about anybody else. So that's why loving yourself matters. And the hard truths, whether people like it or not, and again, these were things that I kind of resisted quite a lot at the beginning, but ultimately, how you love yourself is how you love others. Because how can you fully give somebody an experience of something that you are not experiencing within yourself, right? At that point, I realized that I was loving with fear. I was not loving wholeheartedly. I was holding back. I didn't trust people because I didn't trust me. I judged people because I judged me. So how I went into love was exactly how I was loving myself within. And how you love yourself is how you are allowing others to love you. We do not let people treat us worse than we treat ourselves. And the bottom line for me, the thing that was this just one of the cornerstones that I had to learn for me, was love does not hurt. When I was a child and a young person, firstly, I used to watch all these Bollywood movies because I used to love them, but there was a lot in there about love that was unrequited, love that was painful. My own family, like, I went through domestic abuse as a child, I experienced it, and I went through it again as an adult. So for me, love hurt. And that was part of that's how I kind of romanticized it. But my experience of love was painful. So that's what I did to myself. So it's really important to understand where you're coming from when you're looking at love, because self-love is not selfish. And again, from women in particular, I get this a lot, but isn't it selfish? But isn't it selfish? No, it is absolutely not selfish. But it is selfish to assume that someone else is going to come along into your life and fill that gap, that void, that hole that is left by you not loving yourself. Because if I come to you now and I say, oh my God, you are amazing and I love you so much, you're going to question it, is the likelihood. You're going to go, no, you don't. Why did she say that? Why would you say that? But you don't. Because the response to it is going to be how you feel about yourself, right? And self-love really is not about your doing. It comes before any of your doing. It is about your being. Your worth lies in your existence. Just your very existence is love in itself. So take that, reflect on that, be with that. Okay? It is selfish for the world that they don't love themselves, because if each and every one of us took the time to be with ourselves, to reconnect to ourselves, to love ourselves, we would not be able to go out into the world and do to others what may be done to us. The world would be a much more loving place because we would come from this space of love and not fear. And this is what the journey towards loving yourself is really about. Falling in love with yourself is moving from fear into existing in love. It's about not being afraid to get into relationships. It's about not being afraid to put yourself into this world, to live your fullest life, because that's what you're here to do. And you owe it to yourself to do that. The biggest gift we have as well as in our human experience, the biggest gift that we have, which is underused completely, is our awareness or consciousness or presence or the ability to be right here, right now. However you want to frame it, you can frame it. But ultimately, every single journey is about the awareness and the raising of the consciousness. And why that is important is because it's about watching yourself. You are here to observe you and your journey. And we spend so much of our time outside of ourselves worrying about everything that's going on out there, that we're not actually bringing awareness to ourselves. The biggest gift I can give you is to reconnect you with this. Watch yourself. Be the watcher. Really watch yourself. How am I loving myself? How am I really treating myself? How am I talking to myself? How am I talking about myself? Because without awareness and presence and consciousness, nothing really changes, because we don't know where we're actually at. If I don't know how I am towards myself right now, how can I change anything? It's the awareness, it's the consciousness that allows us to go, okay, this is where I am right now, and I'm watching myself in action, and I know that I need to do something differently. So that is the biggest gift I can give you. And I urge you, I challenge you, I invite you to, even for one day, just watch yourself. So this isn't watching yourself in an authoritarian way. This is watching yourself through the child's eyes. Be curious. Why do I get like this when I get into this situation? Why do I behave like this when I'm interacting with this person? What's going on for me right now? Okay, so this is not a judgment thing. It's not about having an opinion. It's just about being curious about who you are and how you're showing up and where the fears, the insecurities may be. But you're only going to be able to see it if you show up and you watch and you just observe as an observer and nothing else. So I invite you to do that. And please do share your experience of that with me. And also, the other thing that happens a lot, okay, is people going, yeah, I know all of this, which is great, which is utterly great. Then why are you not applying it? Because knowledge is not power until you apply it. Like, it's no point knowing that you can do something different. Do that something different. My question is to you would be, why? Why would you be waiting? If you know that you can treat yourself better, you can feel better about life, you can go out there and live your joy and live your truth, then why would you wait? There's no good just knowing it. Do it. This is the time for action. If there's ever been one, this is it. So I would ask you to reflect on your story. Okay, and when I say your story, it's the story that I am telling myself because of what I have experienced in my life. Because then you're telling yourself a story about who you are. So for example, my story was very much based around abuse and just not feeling worthy, feeling emotionally neglected. And so my story about myself became that that's what I am. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. I'm a failure. Nobody's ever going to love me because I don't look okay. I don't talk okay. I'm not clever enough. I'm stupid. So that became my story. Because the story you are telling yourself about you are going to keep playing that out. And I guarantee you, if you stop and take a moment, you will realize that you are playing that story out everywhere. In every situation, that story about you is being played out because you're trying to prove it to yourself the whole time. This is what I am. So, for example, I know that I've got into relationships with people where I've sabotaged it because I'm trying to prove, hey, you're going to leave me in the end anyway because I know I'm not lovable. And so if I go in with that, then I'm always sabotaging subconsciously. I'm always looking for that outcome because I need to prove that to myself. So I urge you to knuckle down and understand the story that you have been telling yourself about who you are because of your life up to this point, so that you can then start to take charge and change that story. As an offshoot of that, what are you currently believing about yourself and about the situation that you're in? And how, again, do you talk to yourself and about yourself? Because these are massive clues as to how you are loving or not loving yourself and what needs to change. Ultimately, life is your playground. Okay. This human experience that we have is a meaningless experience until we add meaning to it. And when you are on that journey of liking yourself and then loving yourself and just falling in love with who you are right now, because what is stopping you? What stops you from loving yourself right now? Why do you treat yourself the way that you do? Because essentially life is your playground and it is going to be what you decide it's going to be. It's totally up to you. So in this moment, you could make a decision to do something completely different for yourself, even if it's for a week, even if it's for a few hours, to go, okay, I'm going to play a little bit different now because I'm just going to have an experiment. And if life is a playground, then we need to play. We need to be curious. We need to explore. We need to remind ourselves that this isn't just how it is. I have created the experience that I am having. So I would love for you to give yourself the permission to go, okay, life is my playground. So what can I do differently? How can I make this an adventure for myself? How can I witness myself a little bit more? How can I just be kinder? And that's what I'm asking you to do. I am asking today for you to step by step, day by day, be a little bit more understanding of yourself. Be kinder to yourself. See the child in yourself. Have a little bit of compassion. Listen to yourself a little bit more. Spend 5 minutes with yourself. Do it step by step. It's not an all or nothing process, because when we just go all in and then it's like, oh my God, I can't do this, I can't do this, then you fulfill that cycle again where you're going, oh my God, I'm a failure. So I want you to treat it like play. Have fun, because this life is about having fun and we take things way too seriously. Have fun in the relationship that you have with yourself. Build a fun, loving, playful relationship with you, because life is your playground. Reconnect to that sense of awe and wonder and magic and play and fun and curiosity, the exploration, the passion, the joy, the creativity, the possibility, because that is what your soul is doing. It is trying to get you to come back to that, because that is the expansion of your soul. So take some time, step by step, to just reconnect to these activities a little bit, to put yourself back in that space. So start where you are now, okay? But start now. Commit to yourself. Make a vow to yourself. Again, me make vows to people all of the time. We vow to be there for them. When we get married, we have vows. We vow, to give our lives away to our children, whatever it may be. So I'm inviting you to make a vow to just show up for yourself and experiment with this and build a relationship with yourself, one step at a time, one day at a time. And so I ask you to reflect wherever you are right now. How are you loving yourself right now? Pay attention to it. Get present, get aware, get conscious. Because you already have everything you need within you. One way, inside out, inside out, inside out, i.e., whatever is going on in here is what is reflected out here. So take a look at the world around you, especially your relationships, because they are a reflection of how you are treating yourself and how you are allowing yourself to be treated. Because the magic is already there. So when I do these events or experiences, truly I know that the magic is already there. I have 100% faith in you, because I know that you've got everything that you need already. But this is about having faith in yourself. Because without that, how can you step forward? And even if you are religious or you're spiritual or whatever it may be, but to say that we have faith in God, the divine, the universe, source, spirit, whatever it is for you, how can we have faith in anything if we don't have faith in us? Because we are the divine. We are the love energy. So it starts with you. Your experience of this world starts with you. You are the key to unlocking the greatest love of your life, yourself. So I guess the question for you is, are you ready to give yourself the permission to ask for what you want and need without it sounding like an apology? Do not apologize for what you want and need. Give yourself the permission to stop compromising yourself, to stop giving yourself away, to stop minimizing who you are, to stop limiting yourself. Give yourself the permission to finally be unapologetically all of you. And for me, that is a work in progress, because I am getting to know myself. And you will forever be getting to know yourself, because you change all of the time. But allow yourself to just be you, especially when you are alone with you. Accept wherever you are right now, because from that space you can build whatever you wish to. Give yourself the permission to say no. Give yourself the permission to walk away. And most importantly, give yourself the permission to love yourself first. It is what most people want. I want to know I'm loved. I just want to know I'm accepted. I just want to know that people care. And the reason that you just want to know that is because you are not loving yourself. And the moment that you do, that stuff will fall away. So there are some reflections. And I don't know, like for the people that are here now, you may be able to write some of these down. You can take a screenshot of it if you wish to. I know that this will go onto the platform, so you might then want to go back to it and write them down and journal. But really, the starting place is really, what is love? Because you are currently loving or not loving yourself in the way that you have learnt how to love. So what is love? Go away and ask yourself those questions. Am I loving myself? Is this really me loving myself? How am I loving myself? How have I been loved by others? And how do I want to be loved? These are things that we do not look at enough, because we can go out into the world and quite happily say, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want to feel like this, I don't want to be with this person, I don't want to be this kind of person. But when I ask, what do you actually want? What do you need? What do you desire? Most people will just turn around and be like, yeah, I just want to be happy. is that really all you want? Because I want to live an awe-inspiring life. I want to feel exhilarated and thrilled, and I want playfulness, and I want love, I want joy, I want peace. I want everything that I can get from this life. So don't minimize yourself. And again, we are so used to not asking for things because we've been told that that's selfish or we shouldn't put ourselves first, that we just don't do it anymore. So I really want you to take the time to figure out for yourself, what do you really want, need, and desire for yourself and for your life? And that's why I've written that question twice. Would you look at the things that you first put and then go deeper? What do you really want, need, and desire for your life? And what purpose does love serve in your life currently? Because for a lot of people, it's how they get their validation. It's a doing thing. I need to be loved. I need this person to love me because I'm not loving myself, and it's my validation that I'm loved and lovable. So really, reflection is the key to change. These are the things, once you have that awareness, then you can move forward differently. So they are the key things for me on the journey, really taking the time to reflect. And my challenge to you, my challenge, my invitation, my dare, whatever you want to call it, is to take yourself on a date, and take yourself on a proper date. Plan it, go somewhere wonderful, do something beautiful for yourself and with yourself, and every step of the way tune in and ask yourself, how does this feel? Am I enjoying this? What do I really want to do on this date? Do it for you, because when you are able to do it for you, that is when you're going to be able to open your heart and receive it from other people. Because honestly, how can you ever receive love from another if you don't believe that you're lovable in the first instance? And if you don't love yourself, how are you ever going to allow yourself to receive the love that other people have to give you? You're truly not. So for me, I would love to know. That wasn't what I was going to say, but anyway. Here I am. Yeah, I would love to know. So if you take yourself on a date, I would love to know where you go, how it was for you. And that can be your commitment to come back and let me know that you went on this date with yourself. And I'm going to kind of end now. So I just want to see where I'm at. Okay. As you can see, there are many slides. And obviously, this is what I do. So if you'd like to know more about how I might be able to help, or a journey that I might be able to do with you, you can get in touch with me through the platform. I am Amy, a transformative psycho-spiritual therapist, self-love now, and a domestic abuse specialist therapist. And it has been an honor and a pleasure to be with you this evening. I am going to stop the recording now.